It's time for my quarterly beauty empties, and I have a lot to show you. I have been doing these quarterly now in January, April, July, and October, and I think it's working really well. It gives me enough time to collect empties so that there's something to talk about without being completely overwhelming. I'm going to dive into this bucket first, which is everything except makeup. We'll do that at the end. I'm not going to sort this. I'm just going to reach in and pull out, but I will put a chapter in where the makeup starts if you're mostly interested in the makeup empties. So let's just dive in. If you've watched one of my empties before, then you will know that these two products, that one goes that way, are almost always in here. This is the L'Oreal Elvive Total Repair shampoo and conditioner. Full disclosure, this one still has about 2 uses in it, but it's close enough to being gone that I just decided to talk about it today. And then when it is gone, I can throw it away and not hang on to it for 3 months. I already have the backup of this in the shower being used, but when I went to buy this one, they didn't have it. And so I had to buy a different conditioner because I wasn't sure that I really had enough in here to get me through to the next grocery shopping trip. So I'm going to try a new conditioner and I'll let you know what I think of it. These are definite repurchases. They'll always be in my shower, even if I'm playing around with something else. Also from the shower, I used up a body wash. This is Olay and it's a retinol body wash. It says renews with moisture for youthful looking skin, hydrating body wash. I didn't feel like this did anything to help like the crepiness of my skin or give any particular moisture or hydration. It was really perfumey, and I kind of prefer like a coconut melon or a vanilla or something like that, or even a floral over something that's really perfumey, because I don't want it to compete with the scent that I put on later. And this one kind of did. So while it was fine, it's probably not one that I'll repurchase. I had this Pantene Unbreakable Lengths conditioner and with rice bran oil. Not real sure why I got this instead of the L'Oreal, other than sometimes I just want to try something else, but then I always go back. I honestly don't remember what I thought of this, which means it probably wasn't very remarkable, and therefore I probably won't repurchase it. I cover my grays, color my hair at home. This is pretty close to my natural color before I started going gray, so it's not like I'm changing anything. I just want to color the grays. And I know people who've let their hair go gray and it looks absolutely beautiful on them, but I'm not ready to do that. So my color is number 8, medium blonde. And I do actually like this Excellence Creme. I feel like it's a little easier to use and does a really good job. And I think it's getting to be about time for me to do it again. Sometimes I actually have 2 of these in here when I go through the quarterly. It just kind of depends how the 6 weeks works out. This is a mess, and something I mentioned in all of my empties, we have super hard water, and I don't clean my trash to show it to you. So something like a sugar scrub usually spends a lot of time in my shower before I use it up because I don't use it all that often. And so they get kind of yucky looking. This was the Treehut Vitamin C. I have used these before and I really do like this one. I actually feel like it does help with kind of exfoliating dead skin cells and rejuvenating my skin. So I will repurchase this. I have a Dead Poof. I do try to replace these once a month. They do harbor bacteria, and so I don't want them sticking around forever, but there's just one in here. I don't keep all of them because they take up a lot of room in my bucket. Okay, just a couple more things for the hair and body. Does anybody else love shopping the sample aisle? I love picking up samples and trying things that way. And so I picked up the Aussie 3-Minute Miracle Deep Conditioner. I honestly didn't like it. I think I used to use this when I was younger. Everybody in high school and college used the Aussie 3-Minute Miracle, but I honestly didn't like it. So maybe it's better for younger hair, or I don't know, but I didn't like it and I won't repurchase it. Another one that was just okay was this Native Coconut and Vanilla Body Wash. I just felt like the scent was too heavy. It wasn't an objectionable scent. I liked it. I just felt like there was too much of it. And then a Gold Bond Healing Moisturizing Cream. This is one of my purse hand creams. I always keep a small travel size in there, and I rotate back and forth between this and the Jergens. And so, yeah, I would repurchase this when the one that's in my purse is gone, which I think is what's in there right now is the Jergens. And then because I do straighten my hair and I have waves in it, I tend to like a anti-frizz or a sleek type product to put on when I blow dry and straighten. And so this Suave Sleek Anti-Frizz Smooth and Shine Cream was one that I tried, and it's just okay. I did take the top off of it and use my makeup spatula to get all the way down in there and get out as much as I can. On these cream products like this, If you're throwing them away just because no more will come out of the tube, you're throwing away about a week's worth of product. And if you haven't been around long enough to hear me talk about my makeup spatulas, it's a set that looks like this. This set I really like. It's all one piece. I had a set once before that the spatula part would come off. Not a good plan because it came off in a foundation bottle and I couldn't get it out. So this all one piece is really good. They're very rigid. This one has a spoon on one end and a spatula on the other. And I really like that. There's a small one too. It was a set of 4. And I usually keep the small one here on my makeup vanity, but right now I can't find it. So obviously I will have these linked down in the comments below. A set of 4 is like $6.99. They're so reasonable. And they save so much money because like I said, a cream product, especially like a thicker cream in a pump bottle, so much left in the bottom when you think it's empty. Okay, moving on to skincare. So while I didn't exactly try to organize this, it kind of did break out into shower products and body products, and now we're doing skincare. I used up the REPURCHASE cleansing balm. Right now, this is my favorite cleansing balm. I was a Clinique take the day off girl for a long time. I would buy them on Black Friday or in the Ulta Beauty when they were half off, and I'd stock up like 3 and 4 at a time. I knew that it took me exactly 3 months to go through one of them, and so my usage was for a year. And so I would stock up when they were on sale. But I like this just as well. And it comes with a little lid that closes it here. You can see this one is completely gone. And it also comes with a little spatula to get it out with so you don't have to dig your fingers down in there and get it stuck underneath your fingernails. It does a great job taking off all my makeup, even waterproof mascara, and it doesn't leave me with gunky eyes in the morning. I've tried a couple of others that will do that. The Elf Holy Hydration Cleansing Balm, unfortunately, is one that I wake up with really goopy, gunky eyes, and that's not good. Other people can use it, doesn't bother them at all. I'm not saying it's a bad product, I'm just saying it doesn't work for me. I already have a new one open on my vanity. And then for my second cleanse, I use generally the Cereve, and sometimes I have this foaming facial cleanser, and sometimes I have the hydrating cleanser. Just depends. I also love the Neutrogena cleanser, but this one I emptied. And this takes a really long time to go through. There's a lot in here, and it doesn't take a lot when you're using it for the second cleanse because you've already done the lion's share of the work with the cleansing balm. A dead sponge, and how do you know they're dead? Typically, the makeup doesn't apply the way it does, or they don't clean as well. They also kind of sometimes feel hard inside. But the other thing is, if you're not sure, replace them every month. I used up this Elemis Gentle Rose Cleanser. This was a gift from my friend Leanna Dalton, and I really enjoyed this. Typically, I don't like rose-scented products very much, but this one was so mildly rose that didn't bother me, and it was actually pleasant. And it was a very gentle exfoliator. It had like the little round beads in it that kind of massaged into your face. And I would just keep this in my shower and use it about every other day. So I like to keep an exfoliating cleanser and a regular cleanser in my shower. And that's usually what I do. One day I just cleanse, and the next day I use a cleanser with an exfoliator. So I really enjoyed this. Thank you, Leanna. But Elemis is very expensive, and so I probably won't be repurchasing it. This one was what I had in my shower. This was a free gift in an Elf order, and this is the Super Clarify, a cleanser with clarifying niacinamide. I really liked this cleanser. I will probably repurchase it. It has kind of a citrusy scent, which I thought was really nice in the morning, kind of a wake-up scent, and I thought it did a great job prepping my skin for the day. Kind of elf heavy at the end of this. The next thing I used up was this Youth Serum, and it is the Advanced Night Retinoid Serum with multi-antioxidant complex, 1% gram-active retinoid, 0.05% retinal, plus antioxidants. So this is a retinaldehyde. I talked about this just in one of my more recent videos, which is a step down from the prescription strength tretinoin. Tretinoin, your skin does not have to convert it to use it. It's usable as is. Retinal is 1 conversion and retinol is 2 conversions. So this was actually really gentle. I really liked it. It is, I don't think there's any left in here at all. Yeah, no. But you can kind of see, they're looking at it. It is kind of an orange color. And I did not find that it stained my pillow or anything like that, but it is very orange, and that is the way it's supposed to be. This was the first time I purchased this. I bought it when I stopped using my tretinoin from agency. My skin just couldn't tolerate it any longer, and so I switched to this, and I have no problem tolerating this, and I will repurchase it. I also tried for the first time the Holy Hydration Triple Bounce Serum with 1.7% multi-weight hyaluronic acid. I believe it also has, yes, it also has squalane, niacinamide, and vitamin B5. This was a little weird in that I loved it at first, but towards the end of it, when there was only about this much left in there, it felt like it was starting to make things pill on my face after using it. So I'm not sure if it got a little old and so it got thicker or exactly what happened with that. But I would say that this is a product that if you're using it, you want to make sure you use it every day and use it up and not let it sit for a long time. Just a little word of warning. But I really did like it. The way I was using this was I'd use this in the morning and then I'd use the Cosrx Snail Mucin at night. And my skin seemed to really like it. So again, I would repurchase it. And then my standard daytime moisturizer is the e.l.f. Holy Hydration Hydrogel Moisturizer with hyaluronic acid and peptides. I like having peptides in my moisturizer. It's really good for your skin. And this is just the right amount of moisture that I need for daytime use. I do have oily combo skin, get oily through the T-zone. I'm pretty much normal everywhere else. So I can't use a heavy moisturizer under my makeup or it just kind of slides everywhere. But this is good all year round. It's enough for winter and it's not too much for summer. So I already have one open in my bathroom and it will be a continual repurchase. I really like when e.l.f. has like a 40% off for members skincare sale because then I stock up. I use a lot of e.l.f. skincare. Moving right along, let's talk about makeup empties. And I am just kind of shocked by how much is in here. I didn't realize I'd gone through so much makeup this quarter. If you think I'm going a little fast, it's because I had a really busy day. I got to spend a couple hours with my granddaughter and had so much fun playing with her. And then I have a show this evening that I'm working the box office for. I'm not in it, and I have to leave in about 45 minutes. Thankfully, I'm already ready except to change my clothes. Let's go through these 12 makeup products that I used in just 3 months. Starting in the order we put them on, I used up 2 primers. The first one was this BH Paradise Prime Mattifying Primer. I loved this primer. And I'm sad that it's gone, but I'm glad that I used it and didn't have to throw it out because it went bad, because I really did love it. I don't think you can get it on the BH website anymore. I think this was a limited edition. And for a mattifying primer, it was one of my favorites. If I could get it again, I would repurchase it. I also used the LA Girl Pro Prep HD Primer. Also would consider purchasing this one again. This is just kind of a standard silicone primer, but it's a straight up dupe for the Smashbox primer. I don't exactly remember how I ended up with the Smashbox primer. I'm sure it came in a friend mail. My daughter used it, loved it, and claimed it, and I haven't seen it since. But before that happened, I used this and the Smashbox, one on each side of my face, and I could not tell a difference at all. And again, took the top off, scraped it all out of there. I will repurchase this, but not until I get through a few more of these blurring primers. I'm getting ready to film another panning project that I want to do, and that's the Out the Door in 24. It's a combo beauty panning project and household project. And it's taking me a little bit of time to pick the products that I want, but I can guarantee you there's going to be some primers in there. And I realized that I didn't cut the top off this one, and I might, and see if there's a couple more uses out of here, just so that I can enjoy every last drop of it. Okay, also I used up a Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator, and I don't remember, I thought I talked about this maybe, that this was almost gone last time, and it was probably going to be gone with just a couple of uses. It had a lot more uses in there than I thought it did. But I did take the top off and scrape it out, and it is now gone. I have already repurchased this. This is the shade Fair, and I repurchased it in light medium because Fair was a little bit light for me. So if you have found in foundations that we use similar tones, I would suggest the light medium. It looks like it's a little bit warm, but it really doesn't go on that way. And I'm really excited about this one. I emptied a powder. This is the e.l.f. Beauty Shield Antioxidant Armored Setting Powder. I don't believe that this is available on the e.l.f. website any longer. I think they replaced it with like the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder, but I really did enjoy this powder, and I'm glad that I got full use out of it. I don't have any blush, bronzer, or highlight that I went through, so let's move to eyes. And I do have 2 mascaras. The first one is the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes, and I did mention this in my mascara, brow, and eyeliner declutter. If you haven't seen that, I can put that in the cards. And this I just used up. There's nothing left in there, and what is there is kind of gloppy and clumpy. And I love the mascara, but I hate the packaging. I don't like this great big thing that they have on it. Fortunately, the bottom part of it fell off because it takes up too much room in my drawer. So I don't really like the packaging, and I buy it when Ulta has half off high-end mascaras, or if I find it on like the Ipsy pop-up shop or something like that. Don't buy it full price. The e.l.f. Lash It Loud mascara I used up. This one has the plastic spiky brush, and it's not actually my favorite brush, but I did like the mascara. I think this was the first e.l.f. mascara that I actually liked and used it all up. In the past, I'd had e.l.f. mascaras that I wasn't really fond of, but I did like this one. However, I won't repurchase it because I like the Lash and Roll and the Lash Extender a whole lot better. So this was good. I used it, and now it's gone. I used up 2 eyebrow pencils. The first one is the CoverGirl Easy Breezy. This is probably my perfect shade. I will definitely repurchase this. I just have a few eyebrow pencils over here that I'm trying to work through, but when I do that, this one gets repurchased. The Catrice Slimatic Ultra Precise Brow Pencil, I like the formula. The color was a little dark, and they don't have a taupe. This was medium, and they only have medium and deep, I believe, on their site. So I won't repurchase this, but if the color works for you, I do recommend it as a pencil. It goes on creamy, but not too creamy, and it's not too stiff. I bought this one. I did a full face of Catrice. If you haven't seen that, I'll put it in the cards, and was very pleased with the number of products from Catrice that I found that I liked. I just wish they had this in a better color for me. I have gone through another of my Wet n Wild Brulee eyeshadows. That one is completely gone. I use about 2 of these a year. And I keep this on hand because not every palette has what I consider to be a setting shade. Now, you could use powder, but I think that powder makes my eyelids look drier, and it's not as fine as an eyeshadow. So this is what it looks like when it's newish. I've already got pretty good dents in there. It just lives on my makeup table close at hand, and then if the palette I'm using doesn't have that shade in it, I just grab it. And I always put it on from my crease to the brow bone, and that sets my eyeshadow primer to help when I'm blending. I'm not trying to blend on a tacky base. I like the eyelid to be tacky to grip onto shimmers, and I like the top to be not tacky to help with blending. And this is the best tool in my toolbox to do that with. The Kiss Strip Lash Adhesive has gotten all just gloppy and gunky and dried up. It's almost gone anyway, but it's just not usable. So I'm throwing that away. I have a new one right here. This is my favorite lash glue. The Duo actually makes my eyes itch. I can't use it. So not only is it my favorite, it's pretty much the only one I use. I also have the Kiss Lash Glue Liner Pen, and I really like these for applying strip lashes, because it's so much easier to apply the glue to your eye and then put the lash on than to have this band of tacky glue that you're kind of going in with, and then you miss and you get glue on your eyeshadow and it just makes a mess. That's not just me, is it? That's one reason why I cannot use black glue. I realize it looks like you have eyeliner on when you use it, but I always, as I'm going in, touch like right there, and then I get this strip of black glue. It's a mess, and it's a whole thing to clean up. No black glue for me. Closing in on the end here, I have 2 lip products. I have a lip liner. This one is a Mary Kay lip liner. I get this from my mom. Hi, Mom. And it's in nude. And it's just, oh, I can actually get you a little swatch. Just a pink nude, you know, that color that I wear so very often. I like using this with the Flower Beauty Blush Petal. I think that's the name of it. It just really went well together. And then this was probably the third part of that combo, and that's the Hard Candy Lip Plumping Serum. And I took the stopper out of that, went down in there with the Q-tip to get the very last little bit out of the bottom. It's gone. It does. I can give you just a little bit of a swatch. It's just a really pretty pink shimmer. And it smells like birthday cake. So I love this. This was actually my second one. I've gone through 2 of these. I have not repurchased it because the Lifter Gloss in Moon is very, very similar. And I'm on my second one of those. So I don't think I need both of them. But if I saw this and it was on a really good price, I'd probably pick it up. Well, I think that's it. One way that I am able to get through so many makeup products is by continuing to focus on products that are almost gone. I started that when I did my PUD project, Project Use Up the Dribs and Drabs, back in 2022, and used up 63 makeup products in 1 year. That's just crazy. But in 1 quarter, I've used up 12. So if you multiply that by 4, I mean, I'm on track to use 48 makeup products this year just by focusing on the ones that are almost gone. Right now, I've got 3 things in my PUD basket. The Essence Pretty Natural the Revlon Candid Concealer in the L'Oreal Magic Perfecting Base. And they just kind of sit over here, and if I'm not doing anything special, not filming, whatever, I just reach for those. Use them up and move them out. I think we got through that pretty quickly, and I am excited that I've managed to get through so many products and get them out of my house. When you have a lot of makeup and beauty products, I think it says something about how you feel about a product that you actually used up. So I love to watch Empties videos, and I also love to do them. Just a reminder that I'm working on getting my 4,000 hours of watch time required to get monetized here on YouTube. So if you have time to watch another video, I would really appreciate that. I'll put a couple over here to make it easy for you, but if you've already seen those, then just go to my channel page, scroll back a while to maybe before you became a subscriber, and see if there's something that you haven't seen yet. If you're going to be doing some work or cleaning or something, and you can put a playlist on and let it run while you're working, that would be great too. Thank you to everyone who's been watching extra. It's working. The numbers are going up. I appreciate you for every video you take the time to watch. I hope you all have a beautiful, blessed day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.